and maybe even take this series.
Yeah, and this is a map specifically that 9Z have only lost, really, against Bravos in recent times. So just goes to show this is a map that Bravos love to play. They love leaning in towards this one. And we know that these teams have a lot of history. So we'll get to see if those mind games come into play. It's the CZ out early for Max, making sure he can take those close-range fights and getting an early frag.
And they haven't forced him out of position either, so that's a little worrying right now because they've got to go into him again. And Max has been able to find that kill that follows it up. A 2-man advantage in play for 9Z. For Bravos, they have got some of that cave control. So much utility still left for this T side as well. They're going to start turning their attentions back into middle and try and kill, but he's got himself overwhelmed. He's not able to pick up the kill, so at least something here for Bravos, but the bomb, it's been taken down. Max is having an absolute field day into this pistol round. He's found another kill. And Wood7 in behind Bit, who has no idea he's about to be flanked. And there it is from Wood7, a kill that turns it into a doable situation. 50 seconds still left. Smoke is going to go up towards top mid. Wood7's found another one, Hawker. They've pulled it into a 2 versus 2, and they've got the bomb back.
Denoco is still sticking around, though. He's going to go through the smoke. There's a player behind him. Max gets his quad kill on the round, and now Wood7 has to be the hero. He got gifted some earlier frags. He knows this man was on the left side, but Max could have repositioned, and they group up. It's Max with the ace. What a start for 9Z.
That is incredible from Max. And you know, you say 9Z, but really just Max. Everything he did there was incredible. Started the round with a CZ up close. Wasn't even hiding in the corner, right? So just in towards cave, just dropping back that position. So many angles you can choose in there. And obviously just when he runs out of ammo, switches out to the USP instead for some of these longer range fights. Really nice stuff from Max. 9Z off to a good start. Bravos, they didn't get a bomb plant, so no money for them into the force fight. Just going to go to a couple of upgraded pistols. And this should be 9Z taking a 2-0 lead.
I gotta say, I'm slightly disappointed that Wood didn't go for the knife. Like, especially when you're the AWPer on the team. I feel like you gotta go for the knife there. But hey, the Deeks come out into this round looking good to begin with, but Try's already fighting back for his team. And that one Deeg was a false start to the round. I got baited slightly, Dinko. It's not looking too good anymore. I was really trying to hide behind that box.
He's really trying to get something out of that. I've been loving Turtle in the interviews, man. I've just been loving the energy he's been providing. Those start of the day interviews. It's been great to see. 2-0 though for 9Z to start things off. But here comes the guns for Bravos. They got the AKs out in play. Utility there as well. The Molly here for Leo Monster. Bit looks to be setting up. Should be a smoke down in towards B ramp. Indeed, that'll happen, but look at the tease. This is so quick. They're running right through that smoke into ramp and throwing a molly up top ramp instead. They're going to try and put some pressure on towards Rox. He's going to swing with the MP9, looking to mow them down, but he's taken out. And this is a very quick round for Bravos into their first gun round.
Decide to slow it slightly now off the back of the early exchange. It's an awkward smoke there at the top of the ramp. There is a gap, but you may not feel fully confident pushing. So Bravos happy to take a bit of time here with some nades left at their disposal. And after you get that early trade, there will be openings on the map. Mid, for example, is a position that might be left a little more open, and you can see Bravos are trying to see if they can use that to their advantage. Try is tucked into Donut right now, and that means in theory, Bravos could sneak into top mid and get in behind the CTs.
What bit pushing forward out of cave. Is he about to catch the timing? They have no idea. Bit's about to come in behind 3 of them. And he finds the bomb. He's got to line up for 2. Bit nearly gets away with a 3rd kill, but it's Try that'll do that. And Jota now left alone in 1 versus 3. 30 seconds left, and that bomb is down in mid. And seeing easier rounds. The T side to pick up, but Jota is behind. DGT nearly spins on time, but Jota will take up the frag, and DGT out of the round. It's not expecting the position of Try though. Good angle selection. A 3rd round for 9Z. Did look a little worrying from the start of the round, but 9Z recover it well, and Bit is proactiveness on that CT side, that aggression we love to see, and it pays off.
And it's a really positive sign to me that he is aware of the fact that he kind of has to make an info play in that position, because that top mid control that was taken by Bravos is so strong. Getting Jota into such an advanced position could have been really good to cut off those rotations, to split towards a bomb site. But Bit realized he couldn't just let that happen. He had to take initiative back. Bravos weren't watching for that flank, and that makes all the difference on the round. It's been a good start for 9Z individually, but they're also showing some good signs that their Ancient may be a cut above what we've seen from them in some of their recent matches.
Oh, Bit is loving this MP9. Well, he hasn't noticed that Yota's actually slipped out. Luckily, his teammate comes over. Yota is going to be very annoyed about that one. He had a free kill line in front of him. The 9Z off to a pretty clinical start. And these kind of rounds where you can keep it clean, that's what you love to see. That means the money is going to get going on the CT side. And we're talking about the fact we think this game is going to be a very close affair. We're in this situation where we need to see the CT side build up that economy, get that utility out as quickly as possible, and 9Z have done that. Their money is looking real good right now. For Bravos, they're going to pick up that AWP in the hands of Wood 7. Are we going to call him Wood 7 Hawk the whole time, or are we going to just call him Wood? I'm going to go with Wood, I think, on this one. Too many syllables for my life.
I'm sure he's fine with it. I'm sure he'll be fine with it. But he does have that AWP out. Could go with it.
Let's see if we can get something done with that AWP.
Do whatever you're feeling.
Thank you, Hawk.
Yeah, this was a point that Vu made on the desk, that Wood is an AWPer who can be pretty good at just holding those angles and waiting for aggression, which could definitely come through on this map. Already an opening kill coming in from Yota out towards B. Sorry, out towards mid, as they start to now take control towards B.
Well, Try is very confident right now. Issue is when you go so aggressive into mid, you can get caught by some of these T-rifles up on that ledge. So Try will definitely have to resist a little bit in terms of his want and desire to push forward. Here you go, Bravos, ready to hit into B. The defense looks strong here right now. You've got Rocks playing back towards left side of Cube. Max has actually been mollied out of position of Cubby, and he's going to be caught. Wood and Leo Monster taking a couple of kills, and Bravos have the two-man advantage, make it 3. And they are looking so good now. Just every single kill starting to go their way. DGT left alone, carrying away from the site, and finally Bravos in with a convincing round here. They're just trying to eliminate DGT, and as soon as they do that, the round gets added to the tally. It was a good take in towards the B site. Very difficult for 9Z to deal with that.
Yeah, I really like that Bravos there don't actually throw a full site execute out onto B, which I see a lot of teams doing. Instead, they relied on a couple of flashes and then just that molly initially. Because they have cave control, there's no way for that player to get back anywhere safe. So if he doesn't have a smoke, he's going to be forced out of the cubby straight to his death. I haven't seen too many teams do that, but it's a nice way of getting that first kill. And now 9Z, with all that money they've built up, have picked up the double AWP setup ahead of this run.
You know what's better than 1 AWP? 2 Hawker.
It's true.
It is true.
And the nice thing about Ancient is Try can just AWP over on A and you can just leave him there. He will definitely be able to lock that down.
Yeah, there's the luxury to have when you got a player like Try in your ranks, and if you can make him even more comfortable. So a recipe for success for 9Z. I'm surprised that we haven't seen too much of what VP used to be running, or were running not so long ago back at Cologne, was some of this boost into mid where they're setting up Jim to peer down into ledge. I'd love to see more of that from some other teams. I really think that it could work right now for the likes of Try, but so far so good. And their first pick up from Rocks. Max has been traded down. It looks like Bravos once again wants to just pressure in towards B, trying to split it from 2 avenues, up the ramp and from cave, and so far it's working out. Yota's hit the headshot, bit down. A 3 versus 3. Rocks' AWP is still over here, but the flashes are so good from Wood. It's allowed 1 peek out and an easy kill onto Rocks. Wood is looking back, and he's got another kill. Tries left alone, and Yota just pushes forward. Bravos are steamrolling this B side.
Good sign for Bravos that we're seeing Yota show up early. He is their highest rated player in the last couple of months. that first kill through the smoke was kind of ridiculous, in all honesty, and they go ahead and win the round from that point. Nice work from Bravos there again on this B bomb site, and 9Z are going to have to figure out exactly how they want to play over on B. It's already becoming a problem position for them. In the last 2 times these teams have played this map, Bravos were able to get 10 and 11 T rounds. So 9Z sure have a good start, but we're already starting to see some of those issues, and the AWP on the B site did okay, just didn't do enough to win them the round.
Oh, good flash. Turtle is blinded. And Rock's down the corner. He'll get peered out. Ugh. Wood and Danica. This is an easy round for them. They're just mowing up their opponents. Danica with the 3K. As easy as you could like. Bravos. 3 rounds in a row now. Picking up rounds on the T side. Picking up momentum and brewing a storm in the first few. 9Z, they had control of the economy into the early game, but it's been broken down because they made so many big investments. A lot of those rounds, they lost convincingly. They're going to go for the decision to buy here, Hawk. I was almost wondering if they were going to go for a half buy because of how much pressure and prowess they'd be putting on those ops, but not this time around. They feel like they can win a rifle round here.
And they've decided to stack heavily towards B, wanting to stop this early B aggression, and finally they have, and it's themselves getting aggressive. Max pushes in for another kill, and 9Z's adaptation works out early.
Yeah, now comes the A play as well, but that bomb is still outside of B. Danica throwing some utility down in towards the A site. You still got to remember, 2 players committing into A right now, but that bomb is nowhere near them. It does have an empty site now at B. And Yota is all alone. His teammates are gone. I think he's realized, well, if I'm going to have a shot at getting the bomb down, I've got to move now. I've got to move swiftly up to the top of the ramp. He's starting to peer around the site and should realize eventually now at this point, there's no one around. So could have went for the plant, but he feels like he can do a little more than that. He's just waiting for a kill before anything else happens. Luckily for 9Z, they're not giving him that fight. No one seems to care right now. Max is over towards Cave, so he pushes through that way. He's got that covered. The only place Yota can actually be right now, and safe and comfortable, so T-spawn or inside of this B site. And we'll go for the bomb plant, at least confirming some extra cash. His teammates are already flush with it. Much more than this is unexpected. Yota does go down without a fight, and everybody survives for 9Z. Loving this camera angle. It's a nice little spot.
Very cool. Very cool. And that is a massive round for 9Z to win. Not just winning the round, but winning it convincingly, stealing an AWP for Try, who now doesn't have to buy the AWP. You can see how happy they were with that Dinko. They were just shooting that dead body. They were having a brilliant time at the end of the round, a celebration at the end of it. But now they've got to focus on this next one. And the thing I'm really looking out for here is, will Try switch up his position at all on this CT side? Because so far, he hasn't been too involved over on A. His teammates have had to lock down B. And this is where Try is switching up his position, playing mid early on.
Yeah, he had a couple leads pushes in the early game in the first 2 rounds. So interested to see how he's going to be able to lock down mid. Does that free up his opponents or his teammates a little bit more to push in towards Cave? Because some of that aggression has really been working for 9Z. Max in towards Jaguar, playing from lamps. Right now, noise is being made on the other side by Bravos. Not being quiet about the numbers they have towards B right now at all.
And look at Try, rotating over to B in this round. So he thinks it's going to be a B play again. They want to have the AWP here to deny it this time. But Bravos are remaining undecided. The bomb's gone back through spawn. They're just looking for map control right now.
Oh, Max. Got a good angle in Cave right now. Leo Monster looking to put some pressure onto the rifle. He looks like he's going to clear this corner, but this is the worst spot to try and walk through. But luckily, Leo Monster comes out with a kill onto Max. Does get traded out very quickly, but it has his teammate beside him, and Turtle has a hard shell. He finds the follow-up. 43 seconds. Try still over here. He noted his rotation from middle into the B site, but does he go aggressive into Cave? He does. It's going to be a difficult fight to come out on top of because there's 2 players on the other side of it. Try, he isn't even going to get a single kill. Taken down, punished for his aggression. And with 25 seconds left, DGT has a lot of heavy lifting to do now. He realized it is this B hit, and he also realized there's no real resources, no opportunities to win this round. So
they're going A.
Immediately for the safe call for that bomb. What are they doing? They have B completely open. 10 seconds left, Hawker. They're running to A, and now they can win the round. DGT's over in the right spot. He's going to win the round. What are they doing? What are they doing, Hawker? The round just about saved. The last dying second as the final headshot comes through. Danico wins the round for Bravos, and I don't think I have seen a Counter-Strike round like that played out in my eyes before.
That is one of the craziest calls you will ever see. They just
Crazy
run it
is
back
the word
to
for
A.
it.
Oh my god, man. I can't believe they win it. Thankfully, Danoco can run in and get the kill in the nick of time, but absolute madness to go back to A there with such little time left. Even if you think there is CT stacked on B, just one misstep could have lost you the round there. I can't get over that, but I'm going to have to because we're back into another gun round.
9Z had called the save call, and suddenly they're like, oh, wait, we're going to win. Oh, well, Rox has started things off very well indeed here for 9Z. Good opening pick onto Leo Monster. We have 4 versus 5. Immediately, Max again in his comfortable position. Giant Joy is actually going to be forced back into Lamps. He does well with 1. The spacing's not quite good enough, and Max gets a double. That should be the round now at this point. Bravos are just down to 2 players. You're going to try and pull it back, but walking into the cave at this point is just a death sentence. Bravos, they've lost their head a little bit. I think they might have to call for a timeout soon enough here, Hawk. It just kind of reset. Take a deep breath. Maybe Yalta can win the round, though. He's got 3. And suddenly it's just bitten Max in. Oh, he had the lineup, but 2 players peeking down into him. You've seen the frustration there on Yalta. He felt like he had that. Hands to the head. There was a chance there suddenly. What a chaotic game of Counter-Strike this is turning to be in these last 2 rounds. Absolutely mental stuff.
Yeah, this was a good effort from Yalta, but I like the way the CTs played at the end. Just standing side by side. Even if he gets the 1 kill, it's pretty difficult to transfer all that quickly. Oh boy, P90 time. I remember Danoco buying the P90 occasionally on MIBR. He's done it again here on Ancient. And hey, if there's a map where that P90 could be workable, Ancient is definitely a good shout for it. It's got to be in cave,
I've seen
right?
way too many P90s over the last 2 days, Holka. This is ridiculous. Are we going to see a P90 purchased in every single day of DreamHack Open 46? I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't complain.
It's got some Titan stickers on there as well. Don't think Maniac could be complaining right now either.
I also saw Vu tweeting out about the UMP today, which DGT has bought. He thinks that you are crazy if you're still buying the UMP. I would personally go with the MP9, but hey, maybe DGT can prove us wrong.
Vu probably plays at the MP5 though, so you can't really trust much what Vu says. Let's be real. DGT, he's in Donut, UMP at the ready, and this is why you can't trust Vu. Here goes the UMP, it's popping off. It's not itself 1, but that's more like it. Goes down quite quickly after 4 versus 3. Now 3v3 as they pushing in to try. You do not give him these fights. You do not give him pick after pick. He will take every shot you provide him. And we've seen that yesterday. Try was getting so many of these easy opportunities to get multi-kills, and he's going again, but that flash into Temple keeps the bomb plant alive for a second longer, but it won't go down. Rox denies it from Donut, and now Yalta caught in position as well. The no-scope for the cherry on top. It's Try with a huge 3K, and for the first time, he's actually been able to step up with that huge play, right? That impact we know he can deliver if he's given these chances.
And you can see at least Bravos were trying to use utility to not allow those sorts of repeats to happen. But the problem is they were throwing those smokes from an exposed position. So Try was able to repeat twice quickly before that smoke came in towards his position. They were rushing it onto the site. Maybe if they sat back and waited for Try to peek them, they could have had a chance to kill him. But it's hard to know exactly where that AWP is going to be in that scenario. And as we've said so many times, you can't run into Try without the nades, otherwise he will shut you down. Fun fact, Danoco doesn't have a single recorded P90 kill. I swear I remember him buying it before as well, so that is not a good sign, Dinko.
No, he's really trying to get his first kill at this point, Hulk. You know, persistence is key. So I'm down to see that happen. I'm down to see if he can get his kill so far here on DreamHack Open 46. That's a storyline that you wouldn't have expected, but it's one we're running with. So here we are, round 12. Glock's trying to charge up into B. Obviously with no armor, they're definitely victim do a lot of these HE damage. And Leo is taking the most on board. Looking to apply some pressure into Cave right now. That smoke isn't the best, but it has given a small angle for Max to play with. And he'll use it. He'll abuse it. He doesn't know Tanaka's inside that smoke either, but Max has an idea. There's a possibility of it. And he is going to check the smoke. Gets up into the boost. He's going to stand in this spot right now. Should reveal Tanaka in below him. Phasing the smoke, getting a kill out of it. And the pistol's now starting to get mowed up. Max is having an absolute field day. 15 and 5 so far in Ancient. Yeah, of course, a lot of these eco kills will pad those stats, but for the most part, yeah, has been very impactful in that spot. And 8 rounds for 9Z, as they will win the half by a minimum of 1 round already. And it has been a pretty scrappy half of Counter-Strike Hawker, but 9Z is certainly looking like the better team.
Yeah, and a lot of that just comes down to the individuals. And as you were saying, Max has had massive impact throughout this map so far. Because there was a period there towards the start of the half where it looked like Bravos might have just found the way in on their T side. They were exploiting that B site. They were finding a couple of round wins there. But Max has just stepped up so much individually that they haven't been able to go back to B. He's been locking down Cave with multi-kills almost every round. And now Try is playing B at the start of the round. A boost all the way back from Cube. Hasn't spotted anything early, so he's more confident playing aggressive.
He's got his teammate just re-smoking in front of Jigo as well, so he's just playing around that scaffolding with no issues. DGT has pushed up into Cubby now. Been trying to try in there a couple of times. Try is actually getting aggressive down towards bottom B, and just as well he'd done that because they had lost that initial player. But Try's traded it back. DGT's slow to react. He just went to sleep. Someone needs to fire him up, get him a can of monster, DreamHack, throw it on over, but Bit is going to turn back, at least spotting out Tanaka. This is a wild round, but he tried to change position because of that, was inaccurate. Elsewhere, Try is getting kills, and so we're still at this 2 versus 2. 50 seconds in play, and I'm a little baffled about that mid-play, but we've got to focus up for the final few seconds and Try. He's in a good position, but the timing's worked against him. He just spotted the shoulder. He has to call that to his teammate. They're running through CT. Try has got the kill onto Yotta. Max is positioned and ready for this bomb. Wood, well, he's going to get executed. It's not a headshot somehow there, but Max does get his kill. What a wild round again, Hawker, but it's 9 for 9Z.
Bravos thought they'd found the gap, but what looked like bad timing for Try initially worked out for him, and he is starting to really show us the sort of impact he can have now. I love the initiative that he took in that round. He was sitting back towards B early, but he didn't see anyone towards that sort of ramp area, so he goes aggressive, gets that kill, and you see those kills are just all over the map in that round, which is exactly what we want to see from Try.
Yeah, dynamic and useful in most rounds. Bit with an 8 kill, good mid damage coming in with the utility. He's going to try and spray away for a little bit more, but eventually gets overrun as Bravos go for the full 5-man push out of elbow. When you decide to do that, you realize that you're probably going to lose a lot of health and a couple of players. You can't push out elbow at the beginning of the round and expect to come out unscathed. Just so much utility gets used up in that spot. But this is a great scenario to be in for Bravos. They've actually got some decent map control, and they've got it into a 3 versus 3.
Couple of weapons recovered, but that lack of utility is still somewhat striking. The B bomb site is wide open right now, though. Turtle popping a smoke over to make sure that they can't spot him from A, and Wood has crept all the way into B. His teammates just been dealt with towards mid, but where does Wood want to go with this? It's so hard for the T's to group up right now. But at the same time, Max is alone in Cave in a position where he cannot feel comfortable right now.
Yeah, well, he's actually come out on top, and that bomb is going to go down. Max is just always comfortable in that. We're going to have to call that Max's bedroom right now. He's just having so much fun in there. Another headshot. Max just dominating. 10-4 as they head into the last round of the first half. 9Z are just looking a class above Bravos at the moment.
I really think this is massively down to the individual skill on some of the 9Z players. Max especially has just dominated so many rounds that could have ended up towards B. I was saying earlier that these two teams, they've played this map recently, and Bravos have been picking up 11 T rounds, 10 T rounds. This is a complete turnaround from what these teams have been seeing the last times they played this map.
This is Bravos' map pick, and it has gone so horribly for them so far. Try has found the first. Wood down. Max will get taken out finally. They've forced him out of cave, but Try, as you were saying, has really come into his own over the last few. He's got another one. 3 versus 3. Fire burning across the B site. And the dying embers of this first half as Yotta has got his way in towards A. That bomb is starting to come over and they're not ready for him. He's in Temple, and it's a huge position to have right now. And he's going to look for another one. Molotov's going to pin Bit in the corner. He's going to go down. DGT out of the round, and Rox is in the 1 versus 3. This is going to be a round that is almost impossible to win. But he'll have to attempt it. It's the last round of this half, Hawker.
So many corners he's clearing. He has no information here. There's even a man towards mid with the bomb plant open. There's almost no chance for Rox in this one.
Well, I'll see if he can get something. He's going to peek around the corner into one. Waiting for him. Leo Monster is there, and the swing out from Yotta. 10-5 half. At least a small recovery there for Bravos, but 9Z looking like the better side as we head into the second half. Join us.
When you're by my side, I love it. Nothing in this world can hurt me. When you're by my side, I love it. We can leave the world behind us. You make everything about the world so much better. When I hold you in my arms, I wanna be here every day and every night. So much better, so much better.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 10-5 at the half. Bravos have gone for the immediately a tactical timeout at the start of this pistol. So after your break, we've got another one for you. But the 1xBet odds at the top of your screen, certainly favoring 9Z coming into this one, Hawk. And I don't think you can blame them after that first half. We did see how strong they looked individually. But Bravos, they managed to snatch one at the very end.
Max's ace was the third of the event. Turtle got the other two. That came right at the start of this map, and we were saying earlier, Max deserves a lot of credit for getting 9Z into this position here on Ancient. We haven't got the chance to see much of 9Z's T side of Ancient, especially against Bravos. So this is where we'll really get to see how deep they can go on this map as Bravos continue to take the tactical timeouts. I think someone's taken a little long on their bathroom break, perhaps, Dinko.
Maybe they just haven't turned up. Maybe they just went, all right, I'll be back in a minute, and nothing happened. They just disappeared, abducted by aliens. Who knows, Alex? We have all the possibilities in front of us.
Maybe we'll get to ask them. If we get a post-game interview with Bravos, we'll get to ask them what happened at the start of the second half of Ancient. We need to know.
Oh, are we actually going to get going? Yeah, here we go. We're going to start the game up now in the second half.
Oh, we've got dualies even.
Fair play for them taking those tactical timeouts, if that was the case, though. Because a lot of teams would just go, tech pause, just unlimited time available. Here we are, though. 10-5. Dual Berettas in play. They're not the new updated ones, unfortunately. They are a little more expensive as of right now, but they are viable. As Vu was saying before this, you know, they still are very viable in the pistol. We'll see if Turtle can make them sing.
They won't be coming into play early because it's the A-site smokes at the ready. Denoco has to fall back. He looks for an early fight. It's not coming his way, but he finally forces it. And Denoco, with that one kill, will happily try and look for more. Rock's moving up close, doing damage of his own, and they'll get that bomb planted.
Oh, Rock. Good peek out. Yotta down and out, and well, 2 versus 4 right now. Leo Monster has come in, nipping at the heels of the headshot. Joel Beretta is a turtle. Have done a lot of work there. Try is down and out now as Leo Monster snaps back into action, leaving just Bit. But this round's winnable. And he's got the corner. He's got the cover. They walk right into him. And Bit, with a trigger discipline, is a monk in the temple. 11 kills as 9Z finds success.
With love from Bit. He gives them a heart at the end of it, gives them a cheeky kiss on top because he's just such a nice guy. He'll steal the round from you, but he'll try and make you feel good about it. Man, oh, they don't clear the corner. And Rox had to do so much work initially. Look at how many bodies fell in the temple. Every CT player died in that same position. Initially from Rox catching the rotate, then from Bit playing a beautiful 1-on-2, capitalizing upon the mistake that was made. And they are liking that A site right now, Dinko. They're going back again. And even with that dodgy smoke, there's no one there to stop them.
Bomb getting planted. Should be down in just a moment to be confirmed. But Bravos, they do have a man advantage, and it's followed up by Yotta's Deagle. Luckily, Max in the start of the temple has a very strong position, so I won't get too worried just yet for 9Z, but if another kill comes in for the CTs, then that's when I really start to worry. But instead, all that is coming through is 9Z getting kills of their own. 2 versus 3, Turtle with 1. They're running in, and Leo Monster's found one as well. Suddenly a 2 versus 1 and try in the clutch. 1 versus 1 now left in front of him. He's got the molly for the bomb as well. He knows there is no defuse coming through. Tries just playing with his food, making his way around the boxes, and he gets the kill as well. 12 rounds for 9Z. It wasn't that clean, Hawker. They lost a lot of players, but luckily Try saves the AK into the next round, and they get 12.
That round starts to get really scary when this man who was holding main goes down. It's then Try who has to do so much work in this round. He wasn't the player that was initially meant to hold the flank, but he got kind of drafted into playing that position because his teammate went down. So a lot of pressure was put on Try there, and he really stepped up with the Galil, getting that first kill on the flanking player, and then moving closer to the site to help his teammates help secure the round win and make sure that 9Z keep their 12-5 lead.
Less is more. Try played 26 rounds fewer, but had just 2 AWP kills fewer than Wood on day 1.
Yeah, I was looking up the stats. In terms of AWP kills per round, Try was a cut above every other AWPer.
Yeah.
Which makes sense when you look at those numbers.
It did help that on Nuke yesterday, he literally got like 4 people running at him, one by one, just giving him the easiest picks of his life. He was having a great time. DGT, Danico. You look it down early on, giving 9Z that man advantage. They're gonna rock that, no problem. These pistols aren't expected to do too much here. And for the Mac 10, or Mac 10s, it's a luxurious round if they can find a couple. That money will start piling into their bank accounts.
See if the MAC-10s will be leading the charge. Certainly expect them to. Try has got his teammates back. Rox getting a couple of MAC-10 kills, farming at the end. He should go back to get the AK just in time. They hold on to all 3 AKs while getting some good kills on the SMGs. I'm sure 90 will take that.
Yeah, he will rock Shoehawker, that's for sure. 13-5, and the buy for Bravo starts to come through. They've got the AUG out for Yotta, up here for Wood, and the M4 is in and around it. For 9Z, it should just be smooth sailing again. We'll see if they can get this gun round flowing as simply as the first few have been. Bravos. I want to see what this AWP of Wood can do, because based on what Vu was saying on the desk and what we've seen of Wood in the past, you would certainly favor his CT side AWPing style. You know, you would just fit more. But the cool thing about Ancient is, if you're an AWPer that's just solid at holding angles, there's so many little angles you can hold on this map. You can just draw back, play that angle selection super well. I think it's going to favor a lot of those intellectual AWPers.
So far, Wood hasn't had any players on his side of the map. It's the Riflers on B that will be tested early. Try gets one back for his team, but Turtle keeps Bravos on top of the early trades. And Rox was stuck behind the smoke, but his teammate's been dealt with in the meantime. And Yotta stays straight through, drops the bomb, and leaves DGT alone in a sad, sad spot.
Yeah, this is a really good round for Bravos, one they needed. And also, now it's all about just making sure that DGT doesn't get too many of these fights. You do not want to lose the AWP. That's one of the weapons you can't really afford to lose. DGT's task now becomes taking as many of those weapons away as possible. And honestly, with the way they're split up right now, you did have a chance for the 1-versus-1 fights. Although that time is starting to shrink and their position's starting to enclose on DGT, but he's got a headshot onto Danuko. He hasn't taken that much damage either. He's still got over half health, but that has changed now. He's taking a few more bullets to the chest, and with 15 seconds left, he doesn't have bomb in his possession. He has to run into the ramp to pick that up. And so winning this round, I think, is impossible now for DGT. He looks like he's just wanting to save on to the AK and Kevlar. He's got a helmet there as well. For Bravos, at least they recover that AWP in the hands of Yotta. 6 rounds for them. They win a round here in the second half. It's been a long time coming for them. For 9Z, they've got a buy coming up in this next one. So Bravos have no time to breathe.
And we've seen 9Z rock those A smokes earlier. This was a round where they went for the B play. Bravos showed a good ability to win those initial fights, which is positive. But at the same time, Turtle was kind of given those opportunities without too many nades, without the molly for Cubby. So if 9Z do go back to B, I would like to see them have some more utility. That molly for Cubby especially should be quite standard if you are going for the B-sided play, and that's what 9Z is setting up as we speak.
Oh, Bit charging forward has actually tried to snatch that entry kill off him, but Bit will certainly not go empty-handed. He gets the follow-up kills, and it is just done. This B-side attack is fought with fire and fury, and Bravos' defense just burns away. There's not even a single chance there to compete. A retake isn't even possible because they just lose every pillar of defense immediately without a fight. Beautiful stuff from 9Z, and that's what can happen if you have a good B execute. Those kind of rounds do come through here on Ancient.
Yeah, it was much more reliant on just the pace this time and just a couple of pieces of utility. One flash, I think, to the right side. They had that molly for Cubby, which came a little later. And for the CTs, I think they missed their ramp smoke slightly. It looked like there was a pretty decent gap that Bit could just charge straight through to make sure they could get out onto the site early. And Bravos, I believe, were hoping that they could set up more towards the cave in that round on their CT side. But because the push was so quick, they couldn't really establish that sort of hold. They just weren't ready for that fast of a play. They didn't have the ability to stop that from happening. So 9Z find the weak spot in that round. Nothing too crazy from them, but they only need a couple more rounds like that to steal away their opponent's pick.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. You can run a few gimmicks just to get you over that line. For Bravos, it's a very long road back into this. They've got to have a strong system on the defense and one that cannot falter to those kind of quick rounds and pace changes. And eventually you have to expect 9Z have enough individual prowess right now to be able to take 2 more. To been so good for them today. And looking to just put some early pressure towards A main, but they've dropped back already. Do they go into mid? Do they go for the mid take, or do they just walk back B? In fact, they have so many options available to them because the time is still plenty. And they're actually sending one back into main, the other's just sitting out at elbow at the moment. They could A-split this if they get donut control, but the issue is they don't really seem to want to do that right now. They'll just leave one lit lurker over towards B, dropping back in case any mid-aggression was coming in from the CTs. Looks like an A execute's about to come in, and just at the right time as well, Hawker, because that rotation is going back over to B. They've dropped two players that were initially over towards A back to the B side of the map.
At least Danoko is staying somewhat close by, and now that Yotta spotted them, the rotate will come in, but the shots are just too good. Yotta misses the first chance, then Bit lands a banger onto the site, and Wood has finally got one back, but there's a lot more work to do.
Yeah, with that bomb down, it really increases the difficulty of this round win for Bravos. Luckily, they've found a kill. Shot comes in from Wood, but it's not going to be enough damage for the kill. He got a second opportunity, but unable to land it. And now with this time ticking on, 9Z looking at map point. Ancient looking to go their way as DGT goes down. Leo Monster with the headshot. The bomb is ticking, the time is ticking. Wood has gone in, he's got another one, it's all on Max. He's been incredible so far. He's looking to break 20 kills in the 1 versus 2. The time is ticking, the defuse is being stuck inside the smoke. Bravos have done it, they've pulled off the retake. And Wood is the man you've got to thank for the most part getting onto the site, but Leo Monster was just cutting through them.
Those A retakes for the CTs just seem to be so effective almost every time I see them. You can lose the early 2 kills and still find a way back in. There aren't that many positions the Ts can play the post plant from if they don't gain a lot of ground. And if you can start to flank through A main and through Donut rather, there's a lot of positions you can cut down on. So even though Bravos lose those early fights, they do really well to come back into it. And 9Z look to go back to some pace early in this one. That's what won them their previous round win. Smoke will slow that down, though.
Oh, Leo Monster. Just inside of the smoke. Gonna reveal an opponent, and he's gonna pick it up. But it's trailing out quickly by Max, though. Max was doing so much work in this exact position at Jonko in the first half from the CT slide. Can he do it again? And the flip reversed on the T side. He put pressure on the AWP of Wood, but to kill for him and the CT slide have the advantage.
DGT hoping to change that towards mid. Yotta may have to reload. That could give DGT a chance to sneak into the smoke, and Yotta is none the wiser. DGT looking to pull his team back as he goes in towards spawn.
And this 3 versus 3 could go anywhere, but DGT's position allows them that flank into B if they want it. Also to A, they could drop back into middle and push through Donut in towards this A site, and that is a real opportunity for them, and it looks like they're going to run with it. There's only one player over here in the defense, and it's a deagle in the hands of Daniko. This is the best place to go, and they've made the right call here. They've got a player cutting off rotations. DGT is about to bring down Wood. This is exactly how you want this round to play out, and now you've got a spot where Daniko is. He's given away his position, and he hasn't been able to take a kill. He throws some utility in. It has done some damage, but will not deny the bomb plant try. He is alone on the site now. His teammate will come over to help if needed. He's just lost a teammate to Daniko's deagle, and another kill this time for Turtle. It's all on DGT. He has to do everything in the round, and he's even got a molly for the bomb plant if he wants it, but he'll just hit kills. DGT with a 4K, an absolutely brilliant round from him.
The quietest player from 9Z throughout the map so far steps up to give them map point, and DGT just absolutely outplayed Yotta initially. Heard the reload, knew he could sneak through. That opens up so much of the map for 9Z. And then he's even asked to clutch the round 2. And he realizes it's worth taking that initiative. If you swing on Donut, that player will be in the open. You know you can pre-aim that position. He transfers it for the final frag. And now back to the B rush for 9Z.
He's going to try and close it on this as well. The pace will be enough to shut this game close. It looks like it will be. Rocks and Max in with the first 2. Bravos trying to get a boost over the top of this smoke. Yotta trying to peer and see if there's anything on the other side of it, but he's not been able to see anybody just yet. And I don't really see a retake with the Mike 7 and 2 Eagles happening here. So it just is a moment until we see 9C take the win here on Ancient. And they've been incredible so far today. Individuals looking on point, and it is confirmed a 16-7 win coming in for 9C. We thought this matchup would be much closer, but 9C are looking dominant on their opponent's map pick, Holker.
Yeah, and Bravos just couldn't stop those fast B plays, couldn't stop some of those belated A plays, which was somewhat surprising to